Hello, everybody. This is Joy and Sean coming to you from Pennsylvania and Florida. Gosh, what's your weather down there like, Mr. Sean?
Oh, it's terrible. It's 83 and sunny today.
Oh,
So,
well, I will say,
yes, and I swear, I promise I won't do that in January.
yeah. So, no, we're going to come see you in January. Hopefully, we can get traveling here pretty soon.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
hey, it's 50 degrees and raining here, and we're happy because we needed rain really bad. So,
Okay. Well, that's good. I'll take my sunny and 80.
uh, but hey, guess what? Today is what, the 28th of October today. And the deadline for our VIP promptings launch, whatever it's called, it's got like a bunch of different words in there right now. The deadline is
You want to be there.
yeah.
That's what we're going to call it. You want to be there.
Yeah, okay, that's the part. Yeah,
Don't
okay.
want to
So you
miss.
want to be there. You want to be
Want to be
there
there.
at launch. And the deadline is November 8th.
Yeah.
We're talking 10 days away, or 10, 11, 12 days away here. And next week is convention. So you need to get it done before convention.
Right. Because Friday and Saturday next week are going to be out because you're going to be on watching convention.
That's exactly right.
So we're just going to put the full court pressure on you and tell you to get your ass in gear and get it done.
Get it.
Any questions? Let us know. Well, thanks for no. Joy and I were talking. We just thought we maybe share. I sold two on Monday. She sold a couple in the last couple weeks. So we're just going to kind of talk about, you know, what did that process look like? How did that happen? And maybe you'll hear something that will help you because mine are not all around. Hey, you want to do your holiday cards?
Mhm.
They're just not. Which I know a lot of people. It's a great time to take that advantage of that and kind of reach out there. So, um, Joy was the last one you signed up, and how did that? What was it kind of geared towards for the system send to be a smart move?
Well, actually, my most recent one that signed up was somebody that we just met several months ago, and actually he's a financial advisor, and we were talking with him, and in the course of things, I thanked him for taking the time for that first visit, as Mark's getting ready to retire, as that first visit, and I thanked him with a card and brownies. I mean, period. And that was it. And he was so blown away when we walked back in that office the next time. And he says, "Oh my gosh," he said, "nobody's ever done that." And in the course of discussing with him, here I find out, he sent they do at least three major mailings a year to their clients. He is so on top of how important it is to do that, but he hadn't been on the reverse side, kind of a
Right.
thing. So they already were, a part of that, and understanding the importance of that. So then when I actually, while we were there on that one, I took the picture, did the demo right in front of him with the app on the phone. He said, "We have to have a meeting," and at the time he told me he had already seen send out cards before. And I'm
Okay.
talking years ago. We're talking probably back in the first 5 years the company existed,
Got it.
where some of those you couldn't even take photos, I mean, period. So it was kind of interesting. So that conversation took place yesterday, and he had his partner and his admin person and himself, all three of them in the room when we walked through the demo. And yeah, he just like immediately saw the value of the 395, of the system sense. He saw immediately the power of the unlimited, for himself. And of course, then he was stuck with the quandary of other people in the office using it, because he wanted to say, what does that look like? And of
Sure.
course, I offered, first of all, I said, well, the first thing is you might want to consider being an affiliate yourself, and each of them have their own account. I
Right.
said, first of all, probably the best thing is to everyone have their own account that they can manage and that type of thing. And you can do that by being an affiliate. I said, if not, I said, then, you have to be careful with the 97 because of it unlimited, the fair use policy. You can't have everybody in your office using this account.
Right.
So in the course of the discussion, it was like, okay, I want this unlimited. He said, but I'm going to do this 37 for the office and put it
Sure.
under the office name and add the 395 to it. So everybody
Sure.
can be a part of that. So I
Yeah.
said, that's fine. But
Gotcha.
that particular for me was a brand new person.
Right.
But I have customers, and I know, Sean, you have stories about customers that you're going back and touching base with, right?
Yeah. So I'm doing, just reaching out and, the text of, hey, have you thought about, sending a thank you card? And, you know, this year more than ever, we really need to thank our clients, friends, and family. And so I had a follow up with one on Monday, and he said, "Hey, what you got?" And his first thing was, "I'm just not using it as much as I should. I know." And so I'm like, "Okay, well, let's automate it." So that's what part of, the system send does for you. It's an automation. And so that may be a cue if you have customers and they're just not using it as much as they should. Maybe that's to reach back out to them and say, and maybe if it's even a drop-in subscription to say, you know what, you're on that 97 and I appreciate the $20 every month. But if you're sending 2 cards, let's drop you down here, but then let's put some systems in place. So then it's automated for you. And that's where that 395. So I just went and said, look, the system send it's 395, comes with 300 cards. We can do your Thanksgiving card. And then you tell me what else you want to do. First of the year, because he's in a movie, owns a moving company. So that's a great one because people are, what am I going to do this year? Personally and for business. And some would be like, I want to move houses. So it may hit them and then we'll do a springtime. So we just talked through that. And he's like, all right, pulled his credit card out, got it set up. He's going to get more of his contacts in, and we're going to schedule a meeting next week, and we're going to set up his cards for Thanksgiving and next year. And the second one I had on Monday, just a new person that was introduced, and we were talking about, walked her through setting the cards, and I set the expectation on the subscriptions and the system send kind of right off the bat. There's a way to do your one-to-one cards, and then we have a way to do the best value to do your group sends, your campaigns, which are kind of your stay top of mind, or your holiday cards, or your, whatever you feel that you need to send cards for. So I've set that at the beginning, and I talk about that kind of through, that card you just did, that's where these subscriptions come into play. The 17, you just pay per card. The 37, you get 30, and the unlimited, you just get as many as you want. And then the top of mind cards, the Christmas cards, or you told me you want to do springtime, or that's where, scroll down, that's where that system send package comes in. So it's kind of planting those seeds to begin with, and then reiterating that. And then when you get to the pricing, explain it that way. And I have a lot of success doing it that way. So
Cool.
2 on Monday, and I've got, about 6 or 7 more appointments for walkthroughs this week. So I'm going to try to do 5 this week. So it can be done, so you can get this done.
Yeah, Sean, I love the word that you use, automated. Because I think people get stumbled up sometimes. What is it? Group send? They don't know what that is. What's a system send? They don't know what that is. What's a campaign? I don't know what that. Automated is cool. I think
People want, especially if they're busy, they want to take a little time, and then they want to know it's on auto. Like the realtor that I signed up 2 weeks ago, she's seen send out cards before. I think she even did it before. She's like, just trying to do a card. And I'm like, hey, let's just automate it for you. Oh, well, that's, and I just could tell by the tone in her voice. Oh, that's perfect. So,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's what I use. And because people want it. And, I showed 2 admins today for a brokerage, and they're going to do it. And I'm like, we went back and forth with one. I went back and forth with one of them, and I said, you kind of want to, they want to do birthdays for their realtors, anniversaries for their realtors. So I said, you just want to kind of do this on autopilot, right? Yeah, perfect. Here's what we need to do. So I know they're going to do either the 17 or 37. They're going to add the system send, and then both of the ones they're like, well, can I have my own account for my clients? Sure can. So, but yeah, it's just kind of how you position it, what the value is of the system send. Whether that's people buy things for time, they want to save time, money. So you can help them with both with that package.
Yeah.
And yeah, the one kid today asked, the one kid who's younger than me, much younger, and so like for birthday cards, then it sends it on their birthday. I said, yeah, you just put in and it goes out 5 days beforehand. That's so cool. So yeah, I think it's just how we position it up front. And like we've talked, the more people you're showing and the more you have in your pipeline, and you don't get the distress when somebody says no or passes. And I had somebody last week, and I'm more to the point now where, okay, why don't you want to do it? I don't understand. He just wanted to do postcards. And I love your system. And then he went on, I love your system. I'll refer you, but I just need more postcards. And we talked about the postcards, and I tell people my opinion on it because I got 2 cards yesterday and a postcard from somebody, and the postcard immediately went into the recycle.
Yep.
And the 2 card, and it wasn't a send out cards postcard.
Mm-hmm.
And then to cards came in the house and I opened them.
Yep.
And I explained that to people. That's what people. I know that's what people do. They see
Mm,
the postcard. It was from a car dealership. Oh, yep, I know Jerry. In the recycle.
mhm.
The cards came in and I opened those. So
I like to tell them all the time, the post office doesn't treat them right. I mean, in all honesty, half of them
yeah,
come in with splurs on,
yeah.
smudges on them, and sometimes they get caught in between everything else that's in there, and they're missed anyway.
So
So where do you want to
anyway,
spend?
off on a tangent.
Yeah,
Oh, that
exactly,
was weird. We've
exactly.
never done that before.
I know, I
So
know.
yeah, it, make your list. I'd go to your back office and look at your customers and just reach out and like Jordan kind of talked on Monday. Hey, I had something really cool. I'd love to show you because if a customer is more than a year old, they don't know about the system package.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, I was going to go to that. I mean, what Jordan shared with us Monday, if you have not watched that, you need to go back and watch it one, two, three times, write down the wording with it because it's a very simple message. And you can go to everybody, even if you've already touched them, even though if you've already gone out there and had a conversation with them or they didn't answer you back or whatever, it's like, hey, I got something really cool I think you're going to like for the holidays. When do you have 5 minutes? I mean, how evasive is that? And it's not, and it's just so cool. And then the way that it's all framed up, when you do get that conversation with them, which you should get them right on Zoom so you're able to show them at the time.
Right.
It's like, hey, let's arrange, are you available here, whatever, and get it set up. I mean, when you present it, like we just launched this package, and yeah, for us it was launched last year,
They don't know
but
that.
guess what, it
For
was.
them, it was launched yesterday.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was just launched.
For
I'm looking
you,
at it differently
you
now.
haven't gotten that yet? Oh my gosh, I can't. And I'm so sorry I haven't contacted you earlier.
Yeah,
I mean, you want to
exactly.
make it, this is and if it's the automated thing, even if it's a personal, like the other lady, the other one I had, she just, oh, I'll do the 17 to 395, and yeah, I can do my Christmas cards, but I can use that for other stuff, and so, you know, um, they're out there.
Yeah,
There's more than enough for all of us to go get
and I really think
three
another
in the
key.
next week.
Yeah, I think another key, as you just said to Sean, especially is like, you have the different prices up there, and you can present those prices and say, by the way, for what you're telling me you want, you don't need this 97 right now, or you don't might not need this 17 or whatever, is where you can, get this automation set up for you.
Yeah,
And in the reality, if some of you listening don't realize this or not, but when somebody is on that 17, they get to 395, all their cards for the next 12 months are $131, no matter how they send them. Yeah,
right.
that 225 price might as well be crossed out and have 131 on there.
Yeah,
So I hope you realize that, so it's guaranteed $1.31 for all your cards for the next 12 months, and your
yeah,
first 300 are free. Your first 300 system sends are free.
right,
And somebody could do a holiday card right now and turn around and use the rest of the points next holiday, as
right.
long as you have it scheduled
Yep.
before that 12 months is up. So there's a lot of things to look at with that, and it's how you frame it. Oh my
Yep.
goodness. So I think, for those of you really getting this next 5 days to get this job done, and get yourself to that VIP, it is reaching out to all those customers. Go back there. Don't judge any of them. Turn around, message every one of them. Make that
Yep.
list, pull it up, print it out, have it in front of you, whatever it is, and just start asking.
Copy and paste. Just go right down the list. Don't
Yeah,
prejudge
go down
anybody.
the list. Yeah.
Just boom, boom, boom. Because you know what? You will be so happy that you did.
Mm-hmm.
So, so happy.
Yep.
Trust us.
Yep. Yep. You will. You
And
will.
that's all we can say about that. I,
I know.
I sound like Forrest Gump. That's all I got to say
I was
about
going
that.
to say you sound just like Forrest Gump. That's all to say about that.
Life's
Well,
like
I
a
will tell
box.
you, your
Life's like a event of VIP. You should really be there.
well, it's funny because I look back on last year's, leadership, and to get qualified for that. And I remember pushing myself to make sure that I was qualified within the time frame I set for myself and everything. And it was like it was a push, but I'll tell you what, it was the best. I did the best thing I could have done is to be at that launch and being part
Absolutely.
of everything that's happening right now. You're going to feel the same way about the one in January
Yeah.
coming up.
And I tell you what, you get whether you need one or three by next week. If you get whatever you need, here's what you're going to find. You're probably going to do that more than once over the next month
Yeah.
because you don't want to, if you reach out to 50 people, you may get a hold of 10 and get 3 of those. Don't quit because they're just putting more money in your pocket. I'll get it. Hold on. Technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Are you free now?
Yeah.
Joy,
Well,
I was having a moment.
you
I was
know,
having a moment. Now it's all gone.
yeah, it's,
Yeah, just keep it
campaign is
going.
another word,
Yeah,
another way to use the word campaign,
yeah.
So glad when that,
So,
you
but
know,
that's our kind of our input for this week. You got a week to do it, so go do it. And again, you need help, we're here. We're here.
yeah,
So
exactly, exactly. We want you there, I
yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
we want everybody there that can
In
be there.
cold and frosty Salt Lake City in January. Yeah, who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
Well worth it.
exactly. So,
Well worth it.
hey, and on the last note too, Sean, and for those listening, you're for those of you that never want to tell people that you're working towards something and you're working for something important in your life, this is the time to tell them.
Mhm.
This is the time to say, hey, especially those people that are on the fence, like I'm going to wait a little bit, da da da. Hey, if it would be greatly appreciated. I'm working towards something really big in my company, and if there's anything you can do about adding, getting started with that now, and I'll help, I'll get the campaign set up for you. I'll get your branding on the back, do some kind
Right.
of things like that, to offer that service to them. If they do that for you, this is the time to do it. Don't
Yeah.
sit back and feel
And
bad.
maybe tell them they'll get something special in the mail. Send them a couple brownies or caramels.
Yeah, yeah. Send them brownies, caramels,
Yeah.
gift cards, I mean, whatever
People
you.
like to help other people. Most people like to help other people out. So if you do say, "Hey, I'm just got till next," and I wouldn't say next Friday I'd say next Tuesday.
Yeah,
I have till Tuesday to get this done. Is there any way you can help me? Or by the end of the month? That's Saturday. If
yeah.
you're calling this week, and I just need one more. Even if you need 3, just need one more. You would be the one to put me over the top. I'd really appreciate it. So
Yeah.
people
Right.
dig that. People like to know that they're helping people out
Yeah,
too.
that's right. And and when people get stumbled on that, I always say to them, I say, I want you to sit back and ask yourself, if somebody came to you and asked you that, what would you do?
Yeah.
I had somebody the other day now, Mary Kay, I've got my own Mary Kay rep. I know Mary Kay people in every piece of the earth, every place I am. I'm always recommending more people that I know. And you try to support a little here and a little there. But I
Sure.
went to this one meeting, and she was within this far of getting her pink Cadillac,
Wow.
you
Did
know.
you ask for a ride?
Was like,
If she
okay,
gets it,
I need this, and so if she hadn't said that, or put herself out there to say that, she, she wouldn't have gotten mine.
sure.
She would not have gotten mine. So think about yourself and how you help other people, and don't be so afraid to ask others to help you. So,
Absolutely.
so that's it, folks. Have a
All
good
right. Hope that
next
helps.
week. Next week, we're going to see another 20 people on that line, as
Yep.
Cody keeps adding that line across, and adding people to it. So we want to see your names up there, and we're here to help you.
In January.
See you in January. See you,
Absolutely.
everybody.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great week. Thank you.